guitar is incredibly dynamic and it has its own voice and its own sound. So I'm unleashing this concept that the wood was never really going to do on its own. So it's able to make music and help other artists be better artists. It's just a different thing to make almost like a living and breathing instrument out of material that was once anything from a deck board to just a tree you got in the forest. The beginning of guitar building was very much like watching YouTube videos, applying some of the woodworking and knowledge that I had, and then making a lot of mistakes, burning guitars on campfires, like just trial and error, really. Use the material that vibrates the best, so we're touching it. You're listening to how it vibrates and what it sounds like in the raw form. I was one of those high school shop kids who took every shop class. Loved it. I always had a shop after high school. Yeah, I just loved woodworking right away. Just knew it. Just taking a medium that was once a living plant and then making it into useful item. Like this, so that when you open it up, it's a mirror image of itself. Typically, I really enjoy the challenge of building something and seeing if I can do it, and I feed off that energy of not understanding, but then researching and building and working my way up to it. And that's what happened with luthiery. Is I started doing luthiery and I figured that was what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So I really dug into that one. This was that wood that we were talking about from the camp. I usually label it with Rocky Mountain Mennonite Camp, Engelmann spruce, and a date. We basically moved here in the middle of the spruce beetle infestation, and it's just wiping out the trees at the higher altitudes along the mountain ranges. Mennonite Disaster Service was doing cleanup work for the beetle kill, and when the trees were dropped, they were standing dead with beetles in them, and that material has to be removed from the forest so that the log doesn't become a host log for other trees. And once I explained to the camp what the value of the wood was, they were thrilled with the idea of creating stock that could be made into guitars. And so that first 24 to 30 inches of the tree can be split into firewood and milled into up to 30, maybe 50 guitars. So it's just an amazing opportunity to collect a material that was already dead and standing and be able to give it new life by creating instruments that would make music for generations to come. That first time when you hear the sound, it's always magical because you really did make something that a musician can use to unleash their art, to show the world what they're thinking. So I used my tools as an artist so that another artist musician can use their tools to make people happy.